Asetena pa with Akoto Mansa sunie. Efe edi kan no ye ne Mrs. Kim Louise ye boa Edu, District Director for Electoral Commission. Ewo Efija Kwabre South etwetwe nkomo. Efa de wo si ye hu abra yakodru polling center si ekoto ya aba no. De wo si ye ene de ni kwan se ye. Na efa adru so no minimi nuanom ensentrofo morning show host mienu etnase na say campaigns of the various candidates, said you more observe those they interacted with, said they call messages here, various campaigns no more carry. Now how convincing were the messages? If they are bold enough, they will make predictions. They almost say obetimi awene Saturday about na ye beto no. Ye begini nyina ewa ha. Na mekai wo se dwumadie Veronica ewo Kumasi de nyame best service apartment ewo Ghana ene Veronica for Veronica 02097777138 Veronica ewo over 30 rooms ye de ma high apartment info bebia won a hall won a kitchenette bibia ye kama wa ha ye was spa ye wo gym ye was saloon restaurant bar pool bibia ye kama wa ha luxurious living ye set waba Veronica and Coral Homes Kumasi's latest gated community IPT Junction esu ye boa ye ton 3-bedroom and a 4-bedroom houses outright sales ye lease ting furnished kitchen, fully furnished kitchen, bathrooms, bedrooms near a suite, or family area, or balcony, or porch, just a bibia, a modern day residential facility be a bio, ye sign a big parker, ye near Mabibre was sporting activities, ubetimi akọ eho na wakoyebi ubese okobo tennis ni ade nyina no uma no pese omukọ bicycle riding a ni nyina akwan no totally guso just tun umpe we upede ema obi na ada wa amononefo se wope se woto dan Okumasi a Ankara Homes friend 0530217766 eraba kwenkwen aduane de se wo ye wedding oye ye bibia wo ye bia Saturday mo amope aduane de ama mo party agency na mo supporters no o frere abakwenkwe 0244606500 say ye kwenkwe jollof any local dish bia o bia ye be ya ama sa na Uniama Media Consult everything PR o pese ye mboa o ne bo odwato de ho dawro o pe advert opese arrange media coverage and coordinate events and planning events mani nyina ayeye eno so beti ya friend 0244606500 Asetena pa with Akoto Mansa ebe oye one of the cheerleaders osan ye fierce critic chese bibia be in one ehuhuro ni awo proper me nua beba Prince Bempon Marfo, what the moon is a friend of Kojo Marfo. Under a hosty Ebusian Kobo, or Ebusia FM. Kojo Marfo, voice of the voiceless. What to say?
You are doing, I mean,
ye. The Yankopon has, Ohoya, no more smart. Yes, out there, would me fresh, or sevepe, a more plain rice, any could today. Boy, Emma, the boy be jammy. The neighbor boy could date. There is a cotton munico today, F.A. Ako ebiri yodi na se kwen Kojo Marfo e munico today keke na abo muni me mo beti e ya ga se me koto meat chips e wo alaba na ntwina ma ya te famre e uro ni awopa ena afi Emmanuel Adjei e de be wo budi na sha da kan nyina Emmanuel Adjei eso ye friend otia na nkanuro na Kwame Adjei Bohyen ono so ne hosting Angel in the Morning Angel 96.1 Kumasi ha nana na what to say
Amiadum
Akwaba.
Yeah,
And then how will me there be PSO Asetena pass. I'm excited to have the two of them.
yeah, I'm so excited to have you.
Apart from so hosting shows, no, any side di amanyo semechi. The radio go share crowd or some call for reports in near DNT. Se be pen crofoni omo edi amanyo semana about to ehun komo a na me feel say they are the right people a yenya omo. Kojo,
Yeah.
so far campaigning for the political parties, especially the two major parties, you know, the NPP and the NDC. Okase who rate here, ube rating the same. So far, your impression about the campaigns they have run.
Many stress make me am anything beyond 50
Then you are not impressed.
at all.
A dear no my year. Inti marks no. Person obe mo marks I appreciate it. And na a dear na now expect so mo enya o manye.
Okay. Nti say who follow campaign na o hwehwe say omo be di nkomo a e de yen e kompempen so ofoforo mu.
Okay.
Nti me hwehwe say candidate bi e kasa obemama hu ba bi ayewo ba bi aye fiba ba bi o pese ode yeko. So all the manifesto need di nkomo de o ma tworo niam bibiri wo mo book. But in terms of the BIA pese yeko pa obi anka nkyerem aden utie. Do we even have flagships apart from slogan niamana wote no 24-hour economy? Yes. Bold solutions. Nti I don't know obi edi ho nkomo. But bold solutions ye dey 24-hour economy ye now a hen ye was our mind. Ye your mind ye ntimi nhwe ye ho so. Nti yakosere obi se o mehwe ye busuafo ma ye. Na eye kakra ya beje ma akohwe wo. Kwan be ne ye fa so aboye mbra. Ne yetimi akogye ye ma no abehwe wo. No obi angan. Nti yes, ye bekwa akoto aba because akohia saa. But enkomo ben pan obi adi a ebetimi amon aka say oh ampa anamo anipa we itu no ebeboa magana akonani ye your man akua ehun asem hia but ushia Ghana fodu na obisa o mu say won a pray aba no omu hwan na wetimi aka akua ho asem a ebeboa wa unya obia. It doesn't mean that omun kan akua ho asem. But great, the consumption rate, you consume a bro pan, a mon pan, a bro, gari, a dia.
Gari is out of cassava.
But gari, okay. The bisa who say, a kuyafa a more Ghana, San Yamano, and a omoye. A dear ya can't so that in the next 5 years, if it me I can say utie party we nkoma odia mfie numu achi o man Ghana ye nkokra eburo ana emu ana adua what you say
Yeah.
utie wo nkoma na you relate it to even the issues about secondary school then o man Ghana there were Akomadan there were Fenso the north and south meboa.
Yes.
There's tomatoes. But besides secondary schools now work some ya hono. Kuya no mo ye kuya hono. Almost send the timide in at the Akomadan secondary school. The supply tomatoes. What you say? Ye can o mine en common one. As I say yen hihye ya ba be boa ye nyina. Ye ya ye se yen koto enema mfira ma no ne mma. But who besides emu dodo a ye kra e de ba ye man si ye si ye jai mu kra omo ye mu adwuma wo krom ha packages ben na omo de ama wo mo a ebe mu aka se o anamo we a ye tu ne de mfie mienu mfie miensa achi no ye be jai mu kra nti so bi ye di sa nkomo no And so, yes, Oma Kasa din koma, but
Sir, a planting for
really
food
don't-
and jobs, Nanka, a geared towards a food sufficiency. Nanka, ma yen crabby. Any sound, rearing for export and so ever come,
yes, but seriously, what is it? Oma Ekwa pray, I can be about planting for food and jobs. Nobody is talking about it because it's a failed policy. What I say? And nothing I can say. Yem fan is any another danko kufa don't come. Ye can one air copria kunye. Then agriculture ban will be. Yes, I've heard President Mahama talk about cocoa issues. And only an interesting thing in this country. Say Oko MPP manifesto, more. You will not find it. But Oko MPP budget 2020, the core parliament, MIA approval ma mutio. MPP budget 2020. The core parliament MIA approval ma omo. And young kukon kitten one MPP year you. Omo yen confirm kitten. Omo yen nan kon kitten.
Say omo be mancro youth in IE.
Yes.
Someone as a source of livelihood.
Yes. Oko the MPP budget 2020. Paragraphs 273.
Say, then they think that maybe I agree, you're free.
But you see, when you have projected a policy, what the young kukongwan, we young koko, we young confirm, we young preku. Say, why ye? Na obizusu or yebi.
Say, the pacrono or slacky or lucky behind.
So then it is not a bad policy.
Okay.
The argument is that enye mo bia no obi so person ye bibia asem kokon ketengete. Wo so aye nkokon ketengete 4 years it. Enye nkoko wo ye nkura mpreku wo ye ni.
Nkura de hwan na ye nkura.
Me na me ka kire wo no.
Nkura.
Me na me ka.
Uni nkura, uni nkura.
Me ni nkura.
Mouse.
Oh say how.
Obi ye nkura. Ebi say nkura de okay akusia.
I wanted a reaction, I've got it.
Okay.
Enu nti na say obi su anamon a ka kire ne say ebi awe na me ye no wabefa nti wabewi amede enka se enye idea wo de wafa o man ni sika de aye nti nka wo de wo kan se we ye na amwa nti so obi so o ya
it's NPP as a government.
Yes.
Investing in
yes, they invested poultry
in small scales.
Yes. Omo ye confirm de omo ye nkokọ de omo ye mpreko de.
As part of what program?
As part of omo niema omo ye de aboa Ghana ekuafo. They did it in the Savannah region.
Omo sika na omo de.
Yes. Into normal quotation, when you go into the 2020 budget of the MPP, paragraphs 273 to 274.
That's it.
What's that? Okay. Oba ebehe NDC in common. They are also talking about, they said 24 hours. And from a media perspective, I keep asking the question, may you sure say, oh dear, Nyame adom what na Kumasi ache, when you in this country, Kumasi ha. Near our Rivoli, meboa.
Yeah.
Near our Rex Mini Theater, meboa. Okay. Near our Orion, meboa. And the House of Faith. Asantemai, omni asantemai na share war, near East New Hall.
Now where the Udion.
But you're not young cohesive 12 o'clock. Area. Maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 6, maybe 8. A bra miracle forms no started say omo ye sini. Okay, mata any all those programs. Na hen ye hwe no. Ye hwe ni cinema halls. Yeah. Was it not creating jobs? Time and you code disco krom ha. Omo na omo ntimi code disco anajo. Omo go disco area. One go disco area o krom ha da. Okay. So there and then I also was into matter. But you could disco krom ha. Ye ko area.
Akoto Mansa, do you think that what Ghanaian youth need and area disco?
So I'm not even talking about a mebuno. I am talking about job. You can't juma.
To discotheque.
Wait. You see, a juma ye dien. A juma ye dien. Airman isika.
Legitimate.
Yes, sir. Okay. Inti say, ebi kwa adwuma nopa, ebi kwa adwuma awia, ebi kwa adwuma anadwoa. Emo musika. Yetena okrom ha me. Na me ma me ye adwuma o Guinness. Guinness as a bottling company, Coca-Cola as a bottling company. Star KBL. Yenua Yadam for Nase. Kumasi Brewery Limited. They were running 3-hour shift. Maybe kwanopa. Edu baby ana mama kwa adwuma nopa. Edu baby ana kwa adwuma awia. Edu baby ana kwa adwuma anadwo. LL ene de na keka ho nyina. Timber companies no. Na ye ofa no ne ye bra no na mo kwa adwuma nopa awia. Ebi wa be kwa ko school aba na ofa ho na afi no be kwa adwuma. I'm just saying to you, say, in terms of policy directions, what you say? Say, omumienu nyina omoni ada ho. Ena omo ka say, oh, ebi ade wo kan eye, ba me ye ni say ya. Me fi say me de na beboa. Say, ohwe campaign akoso okurum ha. Eye, we de enye, we susi we de enye. Nti no kra ne say, de na ye kwoto aba ama. Because utie obia, obi de enye. The direction of this campaign is more to do with Yankasentiawe. Now, Gen Z for and command Gen Z for no moon. But the young, as I say, my Gen Z for next year, you can't see a man with Juma. And yet, you almost bought tie and an umcrumu. We should be talking about agriculture from a mechanized point. As I see a can queer, the day up there for near man, Gen Z now.
Well, Dr. Baumia, echo a Framplings, or say a more vast arable land, and they are going to invest. I would say agricultural development, one of the key points of innovation for Ghana when say Onyakwenya bedi a year. Now Framplings resources here omo de beko sepeya ehobeye a food basket adebi aye kano. Ebeye actually a food basket because omo vast land ehoye more eye udua no baya eye enti obehye ma attention akọ sebeya yekuya ye ne betumpon or say agricultural development one of the key it's in any so. President Mahama so has said same thing. And a man can say grass, immediate grass they feed more and now and then there's a polytank. That's what Abuboya. I think or cannot in small scale so that if you win years kaka and now they are irrigation. But so polytank. Esi ebia wafu kakra bi ma ebia an acre na say a quarter of an acre ye friend one plot na ubetimi de polytank na si ho ubetimi agu say grass na wadua ubetimi atwa grass na kra ton ama nkrofo de afidi o mo livestock na aye a source of livelihood for you. They all have. Then he talks about a women banking. Ma omu yekuya ne edwedie no ebenya bosia ana esika e de aso omo ase ne amomo de aye omu nyumo omo pese omo ye. They all have theirs. Even the independent candidates have omo policies on agriculture. It will be our need bi, but eya yem say yenye media no and na key points omo raise no ye just one near far trivialities, they trivial, because if you send a baby the eyeballs and the baby likes, and not a best selling your outlets, we run with it. I think that yes, so yeah, the service to the electorate, you know, because you feel say the ebeme ya tone as media entities, you know, the trivialities, the slips na oma no na efum no na ebi ade omo beka trivia or kedi agrana or can the yinsen kwa no. Now the key points of the salient points of our campaigns near that. But let me come to the Adjei Bohyen. So, Kojo Marfo seems not to be impressed with said the campaigns in Akoto so far. I don't know about you, as a host, as a panelist, as a reporter. What do you think? The person you hear no one can't say.
That's my chia na menchia me brapeni me boss Mr. Kojo Mansa I ne consignment bi o mo enche beba
Open what? They say
no official.
They say na money na ma ya tie.
Mama no ifo enti ma one ayi kasa. Ona bosan pa mo kutu na free ayi abrepo junction. Enti onya ba bifufro be frame enti me do eba. Me das papa. Me gidi say a ban campaigning of the political parties now. Say what the toto in Fibia etwemu ho a many fear dia many dia batu echi kakra menyini bebre sa 96 many dia echi kakra but 2000 2004 2008 2012 2016 I think this is the hottest campaign.
Hottest?
And this campaign in Moya Shipa. And we need campaign. Issues based campaign.
This campaign.
This campaign.
Oh really?
Though say a day to try, you will say ABI it is not the best, but senka or mine Ghana. You drew already we are singing air can, but we are singing air corner there. Neum so to two campaigns are hodwa amanukunu aye. Arania de ababisi sabrina. Meet me I can say. Sa campaign na omo eye ni sinsin. Campaign bia. Issues ne woman. Me de mahu ne de matino. What to two anka ne de one. We need issues no. Ewum.
Nana, are you sure?
Yes.
Because if you take especially 2000 campaign, 2004, na omuka issues pow.
2000
I said this campaign, na name call
2000 campaign na about personalities. Na about former president J.J. Rawlings or this soldier buying edi o mine so.
All advice.
I would not achieve an advice. Mampenny that Akofo a person would be wura Karima Minkabim. It's positive change into the campaign and then the campaign songs near there. It was talking about Akofo, the gentle giant, Obia.
But President Mills, President Akofo, that time now all messages moved. I covered President Akofo all over Ashanti region, parts of Eastern and parts of North. No more issues. So those times are no more almost a shadow a year for almost spokesperson for the various sectors. You know, ain't Ebia Dr. Apreku that time no or economics. So we be now abekanga ne sikasen e kom de be fa so a ebeye yie. The oye in charge of industry.
2016 omoya the coronavirus. But the me patch ni say campaign no kwani mu kakra na adane say want to say you say yakunkum ma edo omo ato ha we say we akwa akoto car we na ato ajapade we na ayesi ya ntina ma so ubisa obi a from sa afie ebanyane wa obi a oye centroni na utisi nkrofo film no omo bonkomo ebisa omo say the omugina so de to aba mfie na atwam na wanwe a ebeye di so we betimi aka bibi odinisa
better this year.
It's better this year because Ubetimi ahyia obi a onim hwe fa manyosem ho. Ubetimi akyerɛ odi nti opeso to abama Dr. Mamudu Bawumia. Ubetimi alechaw. Ubetimi de wafam policies ahodo Dr. Mamudu Bawumia. I'm not talking about say obeye so onye, but ubetimi alechaw ne my free radios. Look at all my free radios. So my sending voice notes ne adede brain ye radios no. Ba anka ne de nka obetia ne say meto abama NDC, meto abama MPP, meto abama we, but eneno omo the issues obia esua say Ghana 4 person omo TBB. Ghana 4 person omo ehu the entire was esesa because he are exposed to international community no. Krofo mu de ekoso of France, krofo mu de ekoso Italy, other countries ne ade no. Into omo pese sa na ema no yenso yensa kampi. Ghana for ankasa no emotional voters.
Emotional voters.
Yes,
we to about
based on emotions. Yeah.
As
No, that is who we are. Nothing that's what we are on. You to about based on emotions and politicians and also onhuyen. Just an etie. Inti about to breakthrough so. And near ma or opposition or can near ma obubifu. Now be kwa to abetia aban na ote akunya de ote akunya so no obeba aban mu no o ka kire ni say saa na ema na o kan fa ho adansi die mra o ntimi mfema saa na Ghana fo hu from 2000 America de akire we ema kunkum ne ade yesesa aban wi a eni mfie mienu ne yanu ye won say yesesa aban eno na ma me ka say we are emotional voters I say one oyiri tifie na waye wade ade na ode ye wo ebia nka onya abotre tie ni ye a nka obu amfu amoanto nsa amo no but obu fuye ansa na kire okoda dwene ho hu se ade na oye no anye ni ye na nka obetimi aye no kwan foforo so a wonye no se de oye no but woni mra won so na ka achi sa na Ghana te enu nti se wo per example kese pa ye to obabia mfie miensa Ghana force asesa ka ye hu kura enka ye ma sa ban we sit now o ye hu ya nka ye jai ma we tina o tse de na we ye no ye ade pa o we de no obo no modern pa ade na yetesa no because we voted based on our emotions and politicians no so hu nti eduru ha they will just break our emotions obeka kire wo say sika bi wo say de bro ya di ya we asise sika gugu na account mu abrochire sika wo say nka ye de ya kwan mamu no nipa ba ko fo asese one na iri na busuafo di ya che sika de amankrofo yi na nti wo be hie nipa no ni aban we de me nto aba ma no ba wo busan say assemble nti na wonto aba ma na e based on hearsays de wate nti aban bia so fa sa ade no ebra mampanyi dada ekofo ba oktofa sa de ya American bi enu nti ena na wo se Victor Salome mu ne ade bi no wo se de omu eko prison ni abiko na ebo a na mampanyi dada akofo ahye memfa wo nkwa chiri se de be ya ma ye nkomo ne nwa na ado danko akufo ado ebra no wo position oba he no o se bobo bri se corruption keta ahye ni dream die ekoso ewo man aban oti adwa so no omo disco omo ayise oba he no bisa ho se ebesi sa abre no otimi approve a kire o man ne se ampa se na ye wo amanofo a wo mte sa o man ni sika wo mde koya ade a na ensem fata some people were tried
Abuga Pele
but Kwampepra no you are talking about Nanado Danka Kufa okay Nanado enkrofo bi no wo ye de o ma ko gina court ne ade but ohwe ne dudu mu a me ka ne dudu mu ohwe ne dudu mu se de ni esiti no ne se de ni esinim so man no se de esiti no obo be jeli nkrofo ne ade no enye sa e na Ghana for dodo na etie ana so mo hwe sa abre no ehu no eduru mre bi mampanyi Nanado Danko Kufa do ka kire yin se oman no untimi mfitu prekope na omfa obi nkoto afiase sa bre no wo ye lawyer minim se no onim wo so de no ko gina court a court of competent jurisdiction any bitimi a kire se sa nipa no so bo na ade abo no odi ho fo ana so oni ho fo e kire se saa nsɛm no a na wo ka no saa bre ni nyinaa no na oni nyina so bia na emum se na Ghana fo beto aba ma wo nti no na opese aban na wote adwa so saa bre no ne ho yɛ tan na ne ho yɛ hi na Ghana fo eto obetia no omo ye saa yen a ye koto aba no nso no yen transi hu se na asɛm na ɔka no ewum saa pepepe yesi asɛm ni adanse yetwa ho bi de adanse obetumi atena se na yaye evaluate ye de atunsani ani ahu se asɛm ni nipa na eka eyetumi na ɔpe anaase eye nokre se aban no ketagye ne dream die wo aban bie ni wa ebetena oman bia so a obeka se eniema bi te se de yehu ewo auditor general report mu ne ade no enkoso no ntine ewo the auditor general report no ntine ewo aban aso ye nkrofo ye bone ne edu mu egina emranim ye ntimi nka se because of nipa ba ku mienu miensa bi ewo aban mu omo akodi boni bia na omo ayade bi a yesusu se ye keta asese ne dream die well o se mra na omu di but it shouldn't be our basis, our only basis ye de to aba e de etia a political party bi eno na e de yan ba bedru sabri nkrofo ho ahi yetime ka se enipa we ze kura no ye be 20 politicians no so hu o wa se yenim se Kwame Adjei ne wo sa ban we mu a yeso wasi dan watofie wa yesi odene yira kotena brochi Ghana fonso to anwo ya ena oba na anu ye wa betoka wa betofie ene yentu obentia wo mo
obi se obi a na ado ba ye wa yie wabaso
enu nkwanti obi timi ka sese kura no ontare hyemu asesa enti yentu oba mfentia no ye di jacuzzi edurumre bi former president George Rawlings time na area so Akoto jacuzzi no enti yentu oba entia no ebra yenim se
so no so oba so no revolution time oma no mo water closet to omo fie na issue
enu ena di ayini ba en sabre no na mi wo
Akoto jacuzzi a eye problem
sabre no me ka let the blood flow na yes ade ni nti wo hu se sikani bi tene mpatamu wanye sikasene no
etimi ka se we kura ni pa na ade
nti politicians na hu se sa na yete ya ho ya no wo soro nti eduru abato so a ye ma anwo ye asu ne wo mu no ye ma ne pie ne ya hyase ye keka we akoto fie we akodi sika sei we akoye sei but omo ba na oba aban mu ne so ka se ade no onu hu no se enye eno yen kunti asade ontimi mfa ho adanse die ma because won hu se Ghanaians are emotional voters kopim se ebetimi asesa e de free sa ade no na ya to aba based on issues yen hu se obi wo mpatamu ewom se bia sabre die ni sika sem nye ba yetie ni nsem a oka ye hwede wa ye pen a yesusu so obetimi aye nti emfa dwuma die ni nhye ne nsa na onye maye no ebe ye din se ye betimi anya aban a de ye pe nyina no obetimi aye sa ade no amaye gisa aban no an nani abre so opese oye bibi maye enye sa oba betena office business as usual ye betua ne ka obetue fuel ase no kwa DCE no oto ye nyamfa so obi en free no so na at the end of the 4 years no ya vote them out na another government eba ono so ne de ne say mfie enan na so na mfie nwotwe aso ye so you are going to take over ye ne ya adwen say pese ye bibia ama oman no na emum de pese ye ne say ka na akwa we say timu no wo se mensu mu kotena mu bi we ye wo mempatam wa jisi ne ntai hyemu asesa oman krofo protocols ne ade no politicians ne so de no no mo so me ye hunu say obi didi enti wunya bi ni timabunfu na koto abetia no and that has been our situation sa na mehu ewo ya abato nhyehyɛ ya asisi ekoso no emu because utie ensem a amanofo no bebre eka omo kaakai am ye hunu se wosi ebufu obi timi ka se we are not angry enough Ghana for no yebunfu wo se nkasa break kura soldier for
the ills, perceived ills, ekoso obainu. We feel say as citizens, I was say yechre yakuma pa empne so. Nema omo ye decision makers no. Ehunu say the omdi o mine econo Ghana for any inso inti e was almost a sound monsano.
But say o kasa na oba. Also utimi ma Ghana for who say.
What you say the opposition
they are doing enua bi and omo ba. Omo so be because of the emotions attached to it. Nso ya to aba e de atiane amasa nipa ne kwan. No aba bisa ho say issues are there to aba etia fitima mpanyin ko for time. It be the same issues. Ye kwa about also corruption. Nkrofo edisika exchange rate unemployment ni ade e kire say the entire daso use saade no de to aba ne say the oba ban no oba o meye saade no ho hwe onye na dwen say oba me aba bisia no na emum de na nije ho ne say oba be occupy office ye to oba we are the only thing that changes is that the Ashanti regional minister will change, the DC will change, business as usual. 4 years we will come back, the same issues, we talk about it. And no na se Ghana for who say any pana oba no nye na dwen so oba be ye hwe oni bi pa bia amaye na emom na no na ede o kana se ma kire ya hye agufu ame ato aba de etia no.
But you are creating the impression say said the man near since 2000 and now say 92 you started ke bi mamin ke bi amamoni enko ye ni as a sensitive government aye de omo betimi say near mako ye nim since abri Kojo they be how can say
na question you be say if ansana I Kojo ya koye nim said the work ya koye nim but enye said the yen expecting said the bia it doesn't use the same ene macro na no because o expect says NDC can corruption assembly let's say the next year man opportunity what's going to me deal with corruption anya hwe kura no eni won kwan say ekwa atra so ema the next government na urban all the issues na some obeka na ade nyina no center on corruption also omo we should see them say they are working on the things they talked about when omo opposition.
But the president Kufuor kan no more corruption they did ye move free Adam peso and said then see ye be to us crack nti the omo ye ne say omo to say the almost so no kakra the o aba mu a the whole kan how no sacrifice no now I say you are fighting it
net is omo de agro.
Oh, I think that from what you have said,
okay.
So them say yakoye say, "Kojo ba for ne o ka say Ghana memu onye din."
No. But it's always been a simple business.
Ghana
aye president adena aye. Ghana mampeni adena aye Akoto. Apart from going to address press conferences, Ghana Bar Association be complaining, Ghana Medical Association for be strike. Then one address, no asset committee. Then aye. Really?
Ojurema Ghana.
Ewen.
Ekwe faso Ghana be.
Ewen. On koma one union di no. The same problems.
You agree with him?
No, the same problems. Huh?
Your problems are recycled.
If President Rawlings Bresso. And at the BI, your Kojiska say, ye be si dying at the Amagana Jumayefo. Ghana dying bang a bang a sia. Ujumayeni, Anna Ketia 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Obeti me enyebi. Ghana dying bang yes.
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing is saying. The last time I checked, it is 1.8 billion.
It is 180,000 Ghana cedis.
What you say? That's the last time. 180,000. Now Ghana Juma you need bang.
Sese ye near my ya.
You see.
Now to be bossy free bank in a key.
No, Ghana Juma you need bang. 3,000.
Man, see the 500 Ghana.
You're 500,000, 500 cities. Mimisa wasam. Se Ghana ni oye Juma. Ofa trotro kofi ba. Obeda mi at 500 cities buzumi bia. Now, why don't you electricity at your water? And so, and she say na ye no, and more Ghana Juma ye ni. But ya fa kuri, yem fan say ejura. And ya kwa ejura. ɛna yɛakɔyi kwan wɔ adwira yɛasfate kwan no na yɛde kanea ne nsuo akɔ hɔ ɛna mass transport ɛwɔ adwira adɛn na obiara nkɔtɔ asase wɔ hɔ na ɔnsi ne dan because wofiri adwira there's a bus that brings you akoto nneɛma no a ɛrekɔ so wɔ man mu no ɛnyɛ amammuo ne yɛyɛ no o. And I've always raised the question, then me makoto car. Me de beye commercial business. Aban say, mean charge the me pay. What in a way? But so da ben any a bar queen or you beto queen. Obe can't say me say Mr. Debiman Tonsa. And your business. In the other a taxi driver and intimate candy of Adjei. A private business. Ye no. Liman Bresso, near City Line, near City Express, near ye Jumama Bang. And ye walk Sumunyame, life is war, and also will be private business. This is all per buying the Nabas and this one afro, green line now on our saying. Oh, per buying the N1, offro, oh, per private, offro. It is a buy, no, so
if these things are not regulated.
You see, anytime we talk about regulation, I ask myself, what regulation are you talking about? Give us alternative arrangement. Say, Obi.
Say the idea ayalolo ne de ndem.
Ewen, ayalolo na ewen. Kroma wa hu ayalolo bi wa. Enkofo fa ka free ebu akwa. Ebe adwuma ewa adum. Oba ye gye 5 cedis. Ebo no nsia no okwa, otua 12 cedis ansan wa duru fie. Ayalolo ben. Inti transport system eye adwuma eye aban provide metro mass transport. Inti anu si ho obedu wona si wona elodu 2 cedi 50 pesos. Inti so say obe run urban transport. Now the any 5 cedis are any si ho no. The business market no would force you to run a system obi an ho beto no. But wo a wonfa hwe mesi ho. Wo so a wo so o ma na nye. But what is engine border? Abai your cop magazine here koto lower arm any link autobi. Into me na me running my business. Allow me to function the way I want to function. Provide an alternative. And no never me I can say me kwa ko fa aban there no. Me mfa private person there. But for as long as a private business aban je me tax. Allow me, why they determine the price of Nkrandokono? Is it not somebody's business? So what are we talking about? And I keep telling you, Akoto, campaign omuye. And that's the difficulty I'm having with Omumi Nunina. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he's been in government for the last 8 years. Inti oni ye di nkoma, man ni ye ni nkoma te say but
Kojo, you would agree, say, when you are in charge, and when you are assisting, difference a woman.
Neba. You see, he's running a campaign to become president.
Yes.
What am I say? What it means is that near Opesway, Akoto, if you be near Bao, baby, if you ban Yeshiana Oba. It is the same with President Mahama. President Mahama will do on soda. Until me expect to say the messaging going forward would be different. And what I can say,
Okotina fees to be a why a friend say introspection. Wo say a near ma a bia or digugu aquamuno. A bia where na good enough. On your opportunity, he can do things better.
At all. I would conclude area, I would conclude why I have a position.
Okay.
But I'm saying, say, Ubia wanya kwenya, abedu o man so. And he made him come out to say, we are cheddar.
But I have a problem comparing a president and a vice president. Because one is in charge, the other is not. The input can be accepted and not rejected.
There's a principle. And now let me deal with the vice president who is the flag bearer. You see, abrabo a principle. Nti yete dem he. O ma ye hu said the opesa o ye won yema saa na enu be di. Said the meme wo hu said the me pe no. Saa na oni me be di. Anamboa. Nti when a vice president questions another vice president of underperformance with questions 170, then the vice president...
You are referring to the questions, economic questions, Vice President Baumia, no yet running mate that time.
Exactly.
At the command,
you are a running mate.
The late
you are a running mate. And now him say running mate on yehe, will be a vice president on yehe, meboa. What can be sa ubi a on yehe say? Aden or teho. Na amemu no ayesa. Na onfamu aye was answer na homra. Obra unim say so obi a vice president.
Let's say that time no vice president.
So he didn't know.
President Kufuor can say what he
no, I'm not dealing with President
I'm saying he said
I'm dealing with the vice president.
Now you who says what he and somehow can
the vice president has not said na unim.
Okay.
I cannot make an assumption for him.
I am making the assumption.
I don't want to make assumptions for anybody. Or see, we are vice president. Aden awa akumienu miensa wonye. Ene, why vice president? Ubisa ne say, aden na mienu ne miensa wonye also obi a vice president onye hwe. Ah, na obi a vice president onye hwe. And I bisa there no aye.
Now or expect so much from.
Exactly. So for me, it's a principle. What can I say? There's no point in going to raise money. You just told the roads. Oba what told roads is saying. Vice President Oba what told roads is saying. This is a vice president who tells us that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. That principle, yesterday it was, today it is, tomorrow it will be. But your basis are yen twaba Emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiano eyedien. The principle ne say sidi no. Se wan manage usi kasemu yia. Usidi no obebre. Ene Ghana sidi no ebre.
So almost ewo excuse.
It is not their excuse. It is the reality. Me pacho Ghana. You call IMF. 2014 under President Mahama, because we had a bad economy. IMF now a core. This government inherited the IMF benefit in 2017, 2018, 2019. Ghana economy. Then your President Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiano manage you.
Oh, okay.
It was IMF managing the Ghanaian economy. Into any gains that we had from 2017 to 2019 had nothing to do with President Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It was an IMF. No. I'm saying to you
this position.
It is not my position. That is the position. The Ghanaian economy, IMF conditionalities ran from 2015 to 2019. In fact, the IMF condition ended in 2018. And our buying way, I can't say, baby, I do know, increasing to 2019. So this government that criticized the IMF conditionality that the previous government had, increasing. A buyer or say IMF.
Why did we then went back to a IMF?
I would come to that point.
Because you're creating the impression, say, it has been IMF all along.
I'm not creating an impression. These are facts and figures. The NDC, IMF, normal coin. At 2018, when President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia were in government, they extended it for another year. And the records are there.
And a banner we no I finance minister kinki
and a finance minister be can say young IMF be one way be manage the kinki party argument and what buy. Immediately we move from 2019 till COVID buy. The Ghanaian economy was bad and check the records.
was bad.
Check the records are there. 2019, 2020, 2021, and you call COVID. The records are there. In the time Adjei say you manage Ghana economy, no, and you call COVID. You call COVID, no. There was a windfall of money that came into this country, and the finance minister in his budget, a year they call parliament, he told us that COVID the brace,
Kojo,
and the evidences are there.
Let me read this to
Please
you.
do.
In 2019, Ghana's economy has been described by the World Bank as the world's fastest growing economy. Okay, so the economy no in 2019, World Bank can say the fastest growing economy. And now in 2021, a bar form, a slow down. Natural challenges need be a year. High levels of government debt, inflation, and a cost of energy, low agricultural productivity, and a regional trade inefficiencies. And so there were some gains.
Neighbor.
In 2021, not COVID in the Ukraine, you know,
Neighbor. And again, Akoto. And no Nayana and Central for you didn't come no problem.
Okay.
Mpacho. In the previous administration, say nye nkania problem na, would we have had a bad economy? No, you tell me. Say nye kania dundum ne ba na, would we have had a bad economy? We are quick to say obi enya challenge na. Ghana economy no affected no. Ono. Obi dear problem about most of my point is simple.
Kojo,
for as long
I
as
should not
you inherit.
Speaking for the NPP.
I've not even asked
but
you, see, I'm making my point.
You see, doom so the economy call a nosedive.
Who did we blame?
The government.
Thank you. So don't tell me that
but even President Mahama, in some speeches he has made previously, concede, he said, COVID, international global problem.
But I've not said that COVID did not give a problem. I'm saying that
so
we did not manage COVID because COVID, no, a brain is scar. I go to say we are ene, ana kafra, odish yewu, when ye but a year no, ye wiensa, na wiensa no ebro getria. Then are there. You invest the money. So you invest the money. You invest the money. You invest the money. Thank you. I'm saying to you, records. Finance minister budget or president, or country say COVID no, every windfall.
Yeah.
Intima obi anya argument to say COVID no, and the Ghana economy ne say. Adia edem faso abron, amesen. And that's a fact. I'm saying that COVID buy no correct.
Okay, so let's
Russia and Ukraine buy no correct. It is not a basis for anybody to tell us that and no Ghana economy akofom. No. In that same vein, doom so ebeku Ghana for adwuma. If there was something else that could have been done, it could have been done. The point I'm making, and it has to do with the vice president, I'll move to President Mahama.
Okay.
So the vice president is talking to us as if oye cheddar. Onye cheddar o ti aban and ono an nsem a o ka kire yen. Ehun susudua ene ye ne didi nkomo. Sa susudua na o de maa yen. Se yesi ye hwe no ho a ye to abama na enye yie. Because he's not been able to manage the city. What you say? He's also not been able to tow the roads. He said, "You're kind." Into Bisa say, "Edena or the ye. we have
Yeah,
talked
no, man,
about we have talked about a digitized economy. Akoto, there's no way you can digitize your economy when you don't have power. If your energy sector is bad, how do you do digitization? How do you do digitization? This is a government that keeps telling us that Obi eka abeto wa sign contrast no sign your friends take or pay. Huh? You hear government people talking about take or pay. Under this administration, they've signed take or pay agreements. Under this administration, they've signed take or pay agreements. What is the investment in the energy sector? I believe that technology is the way to go. But your investment in energy must come through. In the last 8 years, what's our investment in energy? And President Mahama talks about a number of things. My question is that, is this what I want from you? No. Because what about Muda? So I'm looking at options. Agriculture, then I will yamaye. But I'm looking at things bigger than that. The housing project, not that onyebi, but I'm looking at something bigger. Maybe choices now one, and I can tell you whether it is a Mahmoud Bawumia government, Alan Chematin government, or John Mahama government. The next 2-3 years in this country will be tough. Because there is no money anywhere.
I think then that's why we will need a good manager. Somebody who can manage your affairs better. Near your minor senensa. Because obi otimi weather the storm ba otimi si ano etimi eye niema yie ema ahotire wo mu kra enye ni ha ne esa eye better since say obi ebi a onhia a catastrophe a huge storm amanihuru sa na nsusukra bi a wantimi anya niema yie. I think Ghanaians would need to leave Ghana in the hands of a better manager, don't you think so?
Of course, that's what we want. And so it is not about may we. What am I saying? It is not about may we. And that's why I keep talking about principles. The
it is a Ghana for share or mumienu.
I've always said that for me, it is a trust issue.
Okay.
For me, why na meet me Adjei? Because come on, you do Krum Hanging, I GD Assam. I sorry, I'll call a GD. And now for Alpha, a GD. A Bushia free moon, and no man no moon sign a GD. Baby, I'll call you a GD. Car out them a GD. I could not have it translate. Say a babu, say a movie. The point is that we would GD say I could not transfer a babu. That's all. And so why not meet me Adjei? The Adjei no, and you know, Swanee at the end. When made in Como say, we are German, but all compared to my dear Nibizao. Ibisa, a hen of fever. Joshua, my year Jumawaha, my year Jumawa, how we are Nibiza, okay, then our year or do has me quite hammy about whom you know, my Germany Pijay, exactly. Oh, man, I'm a country almost say, me, Modia Germany Jamia, and in our watching you know, any pet babby tardy. Ibisa say, Prime and Abba Fast one tongue, and I was with a moon for mammy.
I was see a show more track record.
Exactly. It is.
But the positions they both occupied, you know. I keep saying you're the same.
But
don't you think it matters?
33 policies now by the Vice President Bawumia Kano. Menam ye, Kafra. Menam ye. He says that this is what I have done. And I'm Bajonte. And to me, carry you.
It is a beer. When he was even not in charge, adwempɔ ne ba ne tiri mu a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔkɔsusu ho kyerɛ opɛ mu nankasa ma opɛ mu nankasa agye tum ɛma ne kwan ɛnu mponi eti sɛ ɔnoa no ɛbɛyɛ ne old man sɛ Ghanafoɔ ehu ne mmɔbɔ na sɛ ɔnoa bɛyɛ ne old man ɔnoa ɛbɛdi so deɛ a he will do things differently better
and I have no difficulty but Kasa say he's not in charge no but he has been able to tell us a nneɛma a wayɛ nti nneɛma na wayɛ no ɛna yɛbɛgyina so ahwɛ no and do a comparative analysis with other people he's contesting.
Okay.
Because me didn't sorry and I'm say Dr. Bawumia saying to say and President Mahama saying to say no.
Okay, so
I must have a basis.
In a few minutes we'll be wrapping up. Nana, you have observed the campaign. You have interacted with most of them. You have watched them speak. You have read Omo manifesto. Need the Omo Ankasakra Eka no Omo nu se Omo beye. Among make I say the 17. Are they 17 or 13? 13.
12.
No 12.
The presidential candidates. Akuya Donko is until say Abe 12.
Because Roman father yes when
one qualify.
Even though the woman's name will be on the ballot paper, she's out.
Okay.
We are still.
So we are still.
Okay, so 12. 12 candidates. To be honest with you, at the end, it is between the NPP and the NDC. So a runoff. Of course, Mr. Alan Martin and Chada, depending on how strong or me show no. Omunya strong showing bet me a pushy ama runoff. Then a drew her either of the two would have to go and get support from them. At that time, number may be very relevant. But as it is now, it is between the two. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and former President Mahama. I'm saying, say, after listening to them, covering them, engaging them, Nina, listen to what they say, Omo Beye. Say, advice Ghanaians, what will it be? A DNA also Ghana for look out for on Saturday to make a decision.
In fact, former President Mahama, why are surprised? Why are shocked? Because we expected this kind of campaign from Dr. Adjei Mahmoud Bawumia. It started, you know.
How do you determine the shock?
Okay. Ebrana MPP for AUBA Obekuta Franka Mama. Yen Central for Cry near the near Visana say, a dear Nasa Nipan or Babe can't de actually Ghana for. Nipana party no be to obey then obeka. So former President Mahama now ahead in terms of campaign because of COVID. So Obika says a COVID country to say Africa. Say COVID no. Buying to me nyina so mfa nyina so say eno kan wo binti eno wantimi anso sidia. Me the minister any pan nya adwene.
Okay.
Because you follow elections. Just recently, over US for elections are almost 2 years now. Dodona was based on the economy. On mine said we music asem any ade aye. Utie Joe Biden, Utie Kamala, Omasem Omoka, they were talking about COVID. France, they were talking about COVID. UK, they were talking about COVID. Inti the UK, any these countries are almost shock absorbers no air den. Omo ntumi nyina saa na ema no na Ghana. Ghana edrum rebi me am into farming. Na yenya fertilizers because of say ye crack fertilizers free Ukraine. Into drum rebi now say you go back to the old way na ye dey farming. Cause sisa nkokwa gyanan na ade ne so onya fertilizer ba ku bia na odi afrem. Ye depende ye niema ye hye nyina ye entire free etuzu kosi ye na ase yen ya ye kan ho ye duebo but ye depende ewo saa nkrofo yi a omse covid aha omo no eso China yentare ne ye demo ne ma ne ade nyina dodo na ye kra free China na eba
but China bounce back quickly
China bounce back no de be business o me follow ye no afi o se o mu obi e ma ne country mu enti se wo hia na e ma o de komana no de abrel and now we have a lot of money to do that. Yes, kunso ombodo no ma ye fa asa o mu nyina wie achi benefit because no munim de omoye Africa country to say Ghana or rely on sa nkrofo wo niema nyina no ntimi nka say covid wo nya effect affect yen pa covid no
Akojo see nya
gains na e ba
finance minister presents a
it's true
budget.
It's true.
It tells us that COVID ni nyina mu no ye nya win for ye nya sika.
True. But and now no I'm say just recently World Bank for report the buy on that. Almost say a kwan a COVID sika ba Ghana nyina no. E kwan a ye fa so e de ye adwuma no. Ne kwan so pepepe no. Sika no ye de ye adwuma se de almost de maye because there are some money it comes with kwan abefa so a udi sika no be ye adwuma enye say because of covid into obi kukuru ni sika amawa no kukuru di amawa sa sometimes it comes with conditionalities it comes with the kwan abefa so regulations ni ade kwan abefa so abe spend sika no ni nyina e ka ho bi ti untimi nka say covid sika ba nti o cheche di amankrofo say enkrofo ni you must explain also chirichiri mu di nti a sika no ne niema ne ade a wodi ye nyina but eno enanchen covid time a heat ni ba ya Ghana eye din na niema mu aye din wa ase nkrofo gidi se we the MPP fo mu nya hwe nka e wo mu campaign mu but if you look at the kind of campaigner Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on put up especially the president enkano na nokwa say opese an MPP president replacing no or the adwuma kan ho
commissioning
the commissioning because there are a lot of projects and nante organa pa na no ya omoto abai mako almost half of the country from Ashanti region Kumasi sa de kosi Takwa from Takwa and I'm call Asimfosu from Takwa and I'm kosi Winneba from Winneba and I'm for obisi Nkran from Accra to Kumasi you see say sa me nyina no you see government footprint e was abia no and he a problem solving footprints and a oye nwodwuma they say from Winneba Junction to Kaswa kwan na opese oye no
infrastructural development they say
aban bia said yes obey but said ye mekan no na we were thinking say sa ne ma sa project the omu nya hwe kura nka e wo mu campaign mu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nya nchiremu bia de pa na nko obeka kire Ghana for ama Ghana for asan ato abama ntia na America say President Mahama was a bit surprised and say a kind of campaign ni pa de can say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wa mano good run for his money because seriously where the messenger ordinam Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edinam enuma the president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo eye ede a support no enkrofo a omo bring you on board e omo campaign mu ene ensem a omo ka kire Ghana for a
you think Ghanaians are convinced?
I think Dr. Bawumia the campaign team no I think they are doing well nanka obi ye opinion polls I don't expect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pay said the name city no now I don't expect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's opinion polls grant go better 30%.
Oh.
Yes.
And you really underestimated him.
Yes. Because of the messaging, the COVID from there, said the economy no aye, we baby a dollar could do ye. bebe be fuel e could do fuel e be break it na break it na fi atra so kra dollar na hwiri na number bi nti dey pa na nka wo be ka kire but ene ye opinion poll na zo nya 40% I think he's doing well because say o aban mu a say obi ene na yere da
we are 2 days into elections.
Yes, so obi ne na yere da na say sebe ne ngokura ntimi ansore a obe blame you. And on my Ghana, you team is brain, so you know our attitude. We always want to push our blames on Crawford. So to abone brana any year, obey no be the ashem. Enti, we wa ban mo bibi ebekosu biano, obi the best show. Say na dwuma, say mfa so no na ensori ntemu nko ejuma. Ye na dia, obeka so wa ban so, eno wa nya ejuma, obetumi agina so kra to aba, e de atia. Matie omumi enu nyina. Matie Dr. Mamudu Baumia nensemo a odi atudwa the campaign a waye asemo a wakade a kire Ghana for in terms of message said the Kojo kan no trust but in terms of message I think say Dr. Mamudu Baumia the message onim the Ghana for epe so betim the aye adwuma no so eye baako onim the Ghana for epe watena se with ni team no ena wo hu ba bia Ghana eni wiase nyina ekeka ko ena wode eho message ede aba enti Ghana for dodo no can relate they can relate to the digital issues or the streaming platforms ahodo they propose ahodo all ye ekwan nkrofo betimi ayusu the digitalization the sika. These are the things Ghanaians want to hear. Apart from so we say we are into hardship ewo manum near there. Countries na ye monitor o mo na niema e koso ho no. Enu bi ena Dr. Mamudu Baumia e ka ho asem. Look at enano Dr. Yosef Duchum the STEM schools. These are the schools obi abepese ne ma ebeko. Look at the education. The 80 infrastructures, the schools are obi in a day. Look at how you say what 10 education baby or day do say the kind of buildings are OC. The Ghana ni bi habe pese ne babenya kwanya na wotena sa classroom na wasuade. We no free wa da ensemble about how to build the economy. He was silent on the economy and we all know the reason why Dr. Mamudu Baumia was silent on the economy because the economy is about the city. Because he talked about city. Ebra wonim say the city dollar no ono na ho den a obetim dia ye ho adwuma no eye kakra bi. The only thing obetim dia ye adwuma so be increasing the production. So when increase your production, I won't produce more. Don't expect say we see the base stabilize it. Stabilize it. This say there be an uji sikana de abefrem uji sikana de foje ya na dwadifo no so abeje nom de akoto niema fom de akosisa force nom de abegu omanum ebra enka ono an nhihye ya oye ya ansana ode eba aban mu no na nka ye nhihye ya sa Africa oman bia epese enyini ekonanim no sa nhihye ye no na ye de ehihye oman no o started planting for food and jobs udu enuane na se enuane no eba ne busua Northern region near the almost betimi aduane be their supported because also omuni ensuo it was obey one village one dam or no their support. He was talking about farming. He was talking about production. You produce more afi be den. Was say yitimi di be kwa man on ye be export bi. Was say nya more industries. Industries you be add value. Yes say ye de near man e ko e wo ne rural state but they be add value to near man they be kwa man on ye be nya eastern rate. And Crawford be bahaba be fabi. Eno ano no you build your economy. But san hyehyeye na ono adi see wo hyehyeye ya so de ba na drum rebi no. Na say planting for food and jobs no hyehyeye na anhye da ankoyi. Di basa ene wo industries bebre but we say industries no emu dodo sen na eye adwuma because of say planting for food and jobs na ho odin no. Se nketimi gina yi a
ka na mentimi gina yi.
Oh say because of say edrum rebi na Dr. Fi Akoto a yede na akoto ministry ho no sa one village one dam e kan wase mo se mfaso oni so because or no
Onisika does not believe in
he doesn't believe in san and seven and near maybe an abino share be a no gidi say on the bayano maybe a no nigidi inti the implementations near the idea uncle or my kuku sikama omo so
when say be a funding and a problem
me said because we sika you do plan for food and not buying I committed so per se or then a whole day a room but would see the Greek minister no person trump for nature and say not buying said they would dinner Nico fees near high school no san and could any bar planting for food and job no one a beer and keeping a benefit but I mean to me this are buying beer and carpets or can you even invest more in the planting for food and jobs to increase your economy said the bear business come more now to me at the projects I would be brave but to cut a long thing short me did say former President John Dramani Mahama. Untumi aka 2 days to elections. Still now, untumi convince Ghana for the NTR was a Ghana for Simon Akunya Subi. The NTR American say former President or the inferior opposition. And Yama who do be brave Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Then can expect say be free former President Mahama and Aba. Baby, if we are saying okay, can cause a brain. Former President intimi and say digitalization and yes, Abia Washeda Oba Abem Yame man.
But has he said that?
Oh, or say former
digitalization.
Or say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Sorry, or say digitalization a DN. What is digitalization? That means
so running it down. Say
yes, and we know say companies obey me are building a strong economy. That was our 21st century. You need digitalization to do that. And no, they be stopping corruption. Ekoso. Me ahodo. And no, any coin as you see, we say is the new age in town. And no, be the running economy. And he say. One to me anye na wa digitalize our economy no untumi nye bibia was also unya data onkrofo manum I was expecting say eniema binum e wo ho a na MPP for di kan ahyase dada na ekọ animu a nenka former President Mahama se nye kwan a yenye fa so a ye politics no me nam di kan de baaye o me nam kan ye e na won so wo kan se nye sa de ne dia nenka eno so ade a nenka ono so betimi ahyemu knapa so aban ne so wa digitalize your friend is saying the state institutions me so me ba ebia police service this aspect me so me make sure say you be expand the digitalization drive no amana aduru ha but enye say you be running it down ama microphone who said eno nye no ho asem ene ye ka na emum ye nka asem foforo mum enkyere Ghana for na Ghana for nyina sa de no so enfento aba emaye I think say the 24-hour economy no a whole explanation some few days to the election still now no explanation ntimi amayi explanation anenka wo senka Ghana for enya efa the 24-hour economy no because say yet ye nim how government is going to pay incentives to companies at the full
subscribe subsidize electricity ye be ma omo security especially private sector na omo do omo be rura 24-hour economy say bia oton aduane na o su be sleep aton ama omo ye adwuma around that time ni betimi enya aduane adi o ye organizer na si obey odo ho be 24-hour economy no mu a eno so ye be ma security electricity na we use no ebo no wo ye beto ama at a cheaper rate than the old using at peak time peak hours it is say incentives enough
so the government will have to spend on sanema ya ye Kenya
yes
money intensive
police force be brave
police for be brave they say also we increase the police for the door say empanimfo to say abia Dr. Kokotin ne company omo pese omo run 24-hour economy say aban boa no aban be boa na manafa adwumayefo obefa adwumayefo ni bi aka ho ye be support no that means aban di sika be wuram aban ebe support omo ewo electricity aban ebe fa more police for edo omo gum and this is the economy a ye nyina atia e ka ho asem say economy eda ayi D5 ewo konfa nochi nti ekwan ben na ebe fa so a yebenya sika ede aye saa niema we se nyina yebeye free senior high school ye free senior high school we a enuma awodo nyina anso na run economy the private sector no na adwuma the center of growth aban bia ho odingina so na aban yesa akopɛ sika no abema wo mo incentives ansa na wo motimi arane a policy a friend say a 24-hour economy
you be 24-hour economy and so emphasis papa beba
24-hour economy dey me my economics minim economics be but dey minim ne say se utimi eye wo sikasem wototo wo economy no eye stable growth rate ekosro GDP ekosro utimi toto ne emayi a automatically ubenya the 24-hour economy ma for example baby a mitukota na we new site na mikodru a emo be 9 no so anto ade a obeto nyina wota onkodru no na omewo shops ne ade nyina no mo krusi no omko nti mekotu woman ba ko bi around 9 no krusi ena me ka chen anenti am krusi ntem no so ye nipa nam so nkrofo be nkrofo nso nim se mo nso mo pontem enu nti no mo nso man o de o part na ahwa ade ene I can tell you say woman no okrusi 9 okrusi 12 to the be ultimate cry extend because ho no ye highway kakra nkrofo
24-hour economy
e kire say
ye beba ni security
say yetumi
osro so
ho no so oni demand na say o ka kire ne say onye to o ka kire Dr. Kwaku Oten say
but o ka kire ne say opon temunti na nkrofo enso ma no na oji wudi ye e try her ye say demand na
yen a ye tu akọ no so say me say na ho ye new site ye say nkrofo bebre e betena ho nti e betena ho te say de o hyehye wo economy no say o ye ni yi ama economy no growth rate to GDP bibia when you fix the economy
for me it's for you it's Dr. Baumia
when you fix the economy the 24-hour economy a automatic effect
would
yes because say demand and cost Dr. Kwaku Oten government hu hia say okoma Dr. Kwaku Oten sika ekoma no security for ewo ho ansa na Dr. Kwaku Oten arane 24 hours but say ye economy ni yi na Dr. Kwaku Oten timi assess a lot of laws ni ade na afi Ghana for to oman nu mu no hardship no so kofem na say Ghana ni ne woto no sika wo no botom ni business a ekono ya mano business environment a kama a wotimi ye business e sika ba no botom
and you think that
it will expand the economy
Baumia betimi ya sa na eme ya wo kan nyina or to you or na convince you
I've listened to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
What has President Mahama didn't convince you?
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia convinced me by the messaging. But as I said, na I Kojo Kano about the trust issue. The trust issue.
We have 2 days to elections. So.
Trusting Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, anything can happen. 2 days to election. Ebetumi akodru Friday ade ebechi ame ato abano. Something will happen. Sabre ya metie ya me no kasa sisi yi. Enu ntina special voting manto.
Na udi wo so no anto. Na udi decide say.
Me decide say ntima amfa me di anko. Me decide say meto aba because na me dey deciding we. Akama ade.
2 days election wouldn't decide.
Sisi ya metie ya me no kasa me deciding we.
See the now see ka the ka say when you GD or Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
No, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, I like the policies. When you talk about policies, me rate you in terms of policy. Will be a way to me.
Dr. Baumia say no ama former president say.
In terms of percentage, so I say me rate you almost in here. I will rate Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ahead of former President John Dramani. I can't give percentage, but I will rate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of former President John Dramani because of policies.
Kojo.
Akoto.
Which of the candidates are convincing and so to aba? Oh, cry the swat.
I've decided already.
Okay. 87.
I'll tell you
Then
why.
you
know, I always tell you. I want to give you basis.
Let me listen.
I'm basis. You see, pick digitization. Digitization. You see, Chrome how? You have presidential candidates. There is no presidential candidate who is technologically savvy than President Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Teleprompter in this country. Presidential candidates, when they used to teleprompters. No, tell me. Presidential candidates, when they used to teleprompter. President Muhammad. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Untimi used to teleprompter.
Or try be the answer. Or you should be the and now.
The last time he did his presentation, the teleprompters were there. He was not using it. Untimi used to teleprompter.
Now, why do you conclude it's because Untimi?
Me pacho.
If you are on person,
you can be a technologically savvy.
Okay.
Or you be a use technology.
Okay.
And this is a candidate who is trumpeting digitization, a technological base. I'm saying that he's not proving as Obia or used to teleprompter.
Because when you see teleprompter,
you
think that
when
on
he did his
technologically
last
savvy,
the teleprompters were there. He did not. That is one.
Okay.
I'm saying, say, ye can Obia or ye technologically good
advanced
of all the presidential candidates. No one come close to President Muhammad.
Okay.
You see now, that in his manifesto. Do you see that?
I'm saying that you can't say, hey, you will be over within a split second. Obetimi use phone and ye never be because that's his field. Me mean to me. The can't technology I can't say that many ye pay.
Okay.
2, still on technology. Basis a bema we move into a digitized economy. The foundation base. Every technological base I work Ghana ha. Digitization. That foundation was laid by President Muhammad.
That foundation, that's when developed your later set.
Only plan or quotas.
Okay. No plans is all be.
Nipa obey fiber
optics. I knew you were going to go
that data center.
Mahama Idris, and all they say Idris.
You see, lay
the former
fiber optics.
Former majority leader, no, former minority Haruna Idris.
Communication.
Any president who lays a fiber optic, who builds a data center, basis upon which you bear technological idea. So you can't digitization. How do you say that we are better than him? He's built the fiber optics. The amount bokwa ubetimi aye adwuma wo de IT be ye adwuma. Sa data center
internet.
Ene ye de ye digitization. The osun ho da ye see no owo ho.
But when to me,
you see,
couldn't get us a Ghana card, an identity.
See, another argument, maybe you have not brought your mind to it. Maybe the former National Identification Authority, Papa, Professor Kenneth, went to Parliament. When he went before Parliament, he told them that under the NDC administration, they had given ID cards of over 4 million. But your ID cards now no more money there. President Kufuor started the identification process. Professor Mills, President Mahama, continued. They gave out 4 million and more ID cards.
That time no who registered.
If I could finish.
But at a point,
you didn't get your card.
At a point, not leading members of the NDC were against the Ghana card.
Go for Kosan pictures. They didn't get.
Okay.
I am saying to you, and I'm giving you records. I'm saying, say, will be country or say, and the NDC, national identification card in Iwa. There's no basis for the argument. Until I'm a can of my
Yeah.
Professor Tifa called Parliament. When he did his presentation, he told us that NDC had given 4 million cards. Enna Obai Wabetwaso. Professor Adjei was the head of the NIA. Professor Adjei na den omo ye. Me, I have my receipt for a Ghana card under the NDC administration. Omo amunya 4 million Ghana, no munya Ghana for. Truth is, President Akufo-Addo Bohyen, we have been able to give more cards. But what is the essence of government if not continuity?
Sure.
I'm just saying to you, say, can digitization. Now, compare President Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I mean, how you tell me that in terms of technological savviness, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is ahead of John Mahama? I mean, how? But that's just one. It's just one. You want to look at the economy, and I always use President Kufuor in discussing Ghana's economy and decisions. President Kufuor said, "She was sitting in a to a papa." And a indicator, the microeconomic indicators and the macroeconomic indicators. You say, it's a so young fatum. We're a businesswoman. In 2016, if you were looking for $10,000, how much CD would you give? So now we pay $10,000 in 2016. Next CD, no, 4.5, and I won't give you 3.9, 4.5. Open $10,000, and that's an article. You were going to be raising around 450 million, correct?
45.
That's in 45,000. And the same businesswoman open $10,000.
You make it that simple.
Please.
What's simplifying?
No. I'm asking you. You are a businesswoman. And now, 2016.
You need 160,000.
45,000 to have $10,000. And then, who the same businesswoman say open $10,000? Who be here saying?
About 150,000.
Okay. So you are a businesswoman. I won't make a judgment. I'm just saying to you. Again, basis I the twaba is to bring progress. And I'm a boy. Okay. And Sana President Mahama free Ghana and when we're not satisfied. Now unemployment rate 8%. And with all the jobs we have created in this country, the unemployment rate is 15%. And these are facts. Mpacho. So also be di no krama ho. Now see ujina figures so. Now they are to aba. You know the choice to make. Right? And I've heard the issue that President
Kojo, Ghana's unemployment rate is Ghana's unemployment rate for 2023. Now 3.08%.
You are doing year on year. I'm saying to you that at the time President Mahama and Ghana Statistical Service figures and the amount.
So we are talking about the current rate.
Please. I'm saying that. Ghana Statistical Service figures and the amount.
I'm giving you the same one.
It cannot be the same. You are giving me year on year.
Kojo, what say as we speak?
You say the unemployment situation. I'm not talking year on year because when you say year on year,
so you are talking about accumulative.
I'm saying that at the time President Mahama was going, the unemployment rate was 8%. Today, the unemployment rate in this country is 15%, and Ghana Statistical Service gives you the data. We are no free. I've heard the argument of President Mahama, or Vice President then, or President Mahama was the head of the economic management team. It is under President Mahama as head of the economic management team and Ghana recorded the longest single-digit inflation in this country under the Fourth Republic. 33 months.
It was his making.
I'm saying that. But will be a head of the economic management team at the end of or manage Ghana economy. And I'm what?
You are right. Go on.
Jamba for Alan economic management team. And I'm saying that the government have recorded the longest single-digit inflation under the Fourth Republic was under President Mahama, head of the economic management team, 33 months. They have not recorded a single-digit inflation. Until I make sure say. So also we are analysis based on figures, viable figures. It's difficult for you to say me pay na me pay. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Until I make sure say you would have to pick the argument and run with the argument based on facts and figures. You want to talk about infrastructure. You would have to lay a foundation to move on. And I'm a boy. When you look at the investment President Mahama's administration made in this country, under a doomsday economy, 4 years of doomsday economy, the government that worked under doomsday invested in the energy sector such that President Akufo-Addo told us that Ghana is a net exporter of energy. How do you export energy when energy is not available? President Akufo-Addo buy last week and provided with 200 megawatts of energy, right? Until the end, you export no way. President Akufo or Uncle Rakubrobe told us of the toy generators. The capacity that's been generated in this country under President Mahama. And Nama and you want excess power. If you want to look at an economy, and I've told you, overall running an economy that is digitized, that you must have energy. Because all year, and maybe you hear the argument, when your contract with US, you are supposed to provide a report to US. How do you send a report? See, uto obiade. Na omani di wachi. Na muko do machine ho. Na obona ama, have you paid? Sa energy na ye ka ho asem. It's run on the vision on John Mahama. The investment in the 3 years Ayedum Kanean. He made a huge investment. Sa investment na and ama ne ye kan digitization ho asem no. And so, when you want to make a choice, President Kofosi was sitting not about 2 things he said. Or say, cost of living and then the value of the city. You're a businesswoman, and then you know that the value of a city, cost of living is on the high. If you're a Ghanaian, now, or say, cost of living and how young twice, ever twice. We are Ghanaian now. Say, we see Casemino a year better. A bema Ghana con anyone. You be quiet. But for me, 2 key things. If you say away, and yama my ye nipa, a ensue, yen sassy, and yen quiet. if I don't have water, I have no life. Government, what me ahwe ama yensu asay to the extent that ene ye wo mofra they come with deformities. Unim nkofo a kwanya nkofo bre wo krum ha. Omo atimi anyinsan awo. Yensu asay to the point that ye wo mofra with deformity. Ghana Water Company abeka kire yen say dokono aye uko central western nsuo na omde ye dokono ma ye a contaminated water. I'm saying that abaya obo yen sase yen kuya ho ban se wentimi ammo ho ban na ne me koto nsuo na se me hwe me nchen ne me nchen. Why would I want to continue?
NDC message on policy on Galamsey. How are they going to deal with it, with Galamsey?
I don't know why you want me to answer that.
Because
I'm only telling you the choice I have made.
Yes, but choice has consequences.
But
the choice you are making, will it make our water any better?
Akoto Mansa.
I am saying this because I have seen videos of politicians and Omako Galamsey site. Emma Galamsey for Vim say, ye ba, ye mpamo, ye hamo, to say the air hamo say, you have the freedom to operate.
You are talking in reference to 2020.
No, current ones, I've seen current,
I would answer your question, don't worry.
Your work, 2024 and 2020 kwaku Bohyen dey now can. He has said on New TV, I watched him. I was see the best kwa campaign de bia.
No, let me answer your question.
Onim Galamsey, we make politics with it.
Let me answer your question. Akoto.
Okay, go on.
Akoto.
It's fair, say more opportunity.
If Kafra, but if Miracles Adjei Kasa.
Dennis, yeah.
Kasa. Na kwaku Bohyen kasa na opese me fa o masem no mo obi to aba no. I take the word of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I take the word of John Mahama. I take the word of Alan.
What has His Excellency former President Mahama said about Galamsey?
President Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nyina say omo ba ban mu a omo be making sure say you be mining in a very protective form to ensure say enema na neme ka ho asem no ensi anameboa.
Yeah.
In terms of what they would do, they've told us that omo ba ombehwe no ma ye a change to be a team. I've told you that for me enya de omo ka eye de metimi agi na di na de me ho beto no so.
So you believe say President Mahama ba obetimi aboye nkwaye ya asase ni ye nsuo ho eban asen de ekoso sesei no.
Anything that me do akọ wachi no.
Okay.
Because se me nim baby ame kwa ese se me hwe baby ame fiba.
Okay.
Eno na be ma me ahotoso se baby ame kwa.
Amfo na kire no to aso.
2017. 2017. President Akufo-Addo buy and I'm dealing with Galamsey. And I say, ye nkwaye ni ye nsu ase. Nti ye nko eboa. And ye nyina ye te ase so oman. And ye say ye ko. Ana ne obeto ye. Ene ne said ye tie. Are we worse off or we are better off?
I think
we are worse off. Don't hesitate in answering that question. We are worse off. In any case, we are worse off. And that's a fact.
Okay, so we are wrapping
we
up.
had a problem with Galamsey. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and President Akufo-Addo, we've had problems with Galamsey. But we are worse off under this administration than we were. So I'm saying to you that me can name any na bomuwie na me pede me de me ho beto ne so a under the circumstances, why do I risk it Because if you want to look at the economy, I have given you figures that gives you an indication that President Mahama, in terms of performance, has done better than Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In going forward, we are using technology. And I've told you that President Mahama laid the foundation, the basis upon which we can build on technology. President Mahama is way ahead of Dr. Bawumia. So why would I struggle to make that choice?
So for you,
it
is President Mahama. I just want to ask.
Is it not obvious to you?
Okay. Kojo Marfo, a morning show host, ewo Ebusua FM. Ye Freddy Jumedie no Ebusua nkomo. Ena Nana Kwame Adjei Bohyen. Enso ye morning show host ewo Angel 96.1. Angel in the morning. Omo ena me ne omo tena ase. Ebo abato aye beto no memene dey yi honkomo. It's been interesting, very interesting. And I am sure watching this episode, you know, unim maybe I would vote echo. Whether or they command the NDC and now they command the NPP. Wa semwa. They also say I will see a 2 year ba ewo asumdwem na pinchem bia emma. Ghana because he decided who would lead us in 2025. Ekosi 2029. Enti toaba abra onkoye basabasa bia. My first guest, Mrs. Kim Louise Yeboa Eju Ekaye. Dia wasa wo ye polling station ho ene die ni kwan se wo ye. Ghana esombo important esi any individual and our political party. Enkoji bibi mfiri obi ho na mfa wonkwa enkoto esanemu na emfa wene anase pinchin emma omaimu yento aba peacefully na ye nya reshimu ewo electoral commission mu se de odi se odi omaine so no ene ebe declare no as winner. I wish all my friends, especially Kozi, Akosia Menu of Adenta, and Felix of Usuampofo, and say, KK, Felix of Usukwachi, sorry, Emilio Musa, KK on commanded a honor, okay. The also Asebu kwa my hey, I will look for it. But Felix, I would love to see you in Parliament. Only Akosia, you are new entrancer. Muhono swing seater. May Bompire say either of you could win. And Gideon Boako, I would want to see you in the next Parliament. Minua Ura, Fijako Abre North. Asenso Boache. Just because we afase bon kwan no dumpo what they say enye difficult bantman difficult. Now you guys I would want to see in the next parliament. When you say next parliament be very interesting. Enye two parties and it said this one aye Asetena with Akoto Mansa and the brew from Veronique Heights. Subscribe to your YouTube channel Veronique Heights and Coral Homes and the Uniama Media Consult near Rabakwinkwin and the Soya Sea Debre. It's been an interesting conversation in T. This is one of your longest episodes. Because that conversation, very interesting. Ye be share will be after the elections. Sunday nyame boa. Ye be hunu de all kwanenim and de all sign echi. In terms of the election results, Sunday, the results may be at the Ebebremo, near who said ye see coy. Asetena pa, efata ubia, ye be she be medasi.